styling on the red carpet this season is very deliberate. There's obviously a lot of thought and planning that has gone into it, and you can see a narrative running through it. It's very careful. If you look at the leading ladies this season, all of our nominees, you'll see patterns, you'll see designers that are being repeated, that keep coming up. There's certain favorites that are definitely out there. So Zoe Saldaña wore Yves Saint Laurent to the Emilia Perez premiere in LA, and of course Yves Saint Laurent were also producers of the film, so it's a logical choice for her, and she's been wearing Saint Laurent to, I would say, 90% of her appearances for Emilia Perez. And she's so elegant, everything she wears is just, she carries it off beautifully, and this was just a stunning look for her. Zoe also wore Saint Laurent for the BAFTAs, and she wore a slim column dress with this amazing kind of lace plume around the shoulders, which looked fantastic. At the Critics' Choice, Zoe wore Saint Laurent. Again, this was a beautiful kind of scarlet red satin look, and she topped it off with a Cartier black satin choker with a little diamond kind of buckle. For the Golden Globes, Zoe wore Saint Laurent again. It was a chocolate brown sequin kind of column dress with this wonderful kind of brown taffeta shawl. This was my favorite look of the Golden Globes of anybody, and she just looked amazing against they all walked in on the red carpet with this rose backdrop, and she just looked spectacular. She won the evening for me. She looked fantastic. For the Oscars, I guess it's an easy prediction to predict Saint Laurent for this, because the producers are going to be there. They've produced Emilia Perez, so I'm predicting that she will wear Saint Laurent. I'm hoping that she wears some kind of color. I'd almost be disappointed if she's wearing black. I think she looks so wonderful in kind of jewel colors, so I'm hoping she wears some kind of jewel tone. Demi Moore works with Brad Goreski, and she's had an incredible season. She's had a very eclectic mix of looks. For the Critics' Choice, she wore Schiaparelli Couture. She wore this beautiful navy kind of slashed ribbon gown with this incredible kind of curved bodice with the little kind of bauble at the front. It was just spectacular. She looks wonderful in navy with her jet black hair. Navy and black is one of my favorite color combinations, and she just looks so chic. I think this was my favorite gown of her whole campaign, actually. Ever since 2023 and Barbie, there's this trend of method dressing, as they're calling it, on the red carpet, where people take their character into their red carpet dressing. And I think, yes, this Schiaparelli dress for Demi was the same thing. I think the restrictions as well of being so tightly laced in, and the stitches on the back, you know, resembling Demi's character in the substance. For the Golden Globes, Demi wore Armani Privé, and it was completely fitting, because this was the first award I think she won of the season, and this was her comeback award. This was the beginning of like, oh wow, is Demi gonna kill this season? And she killed in the dress, and she looked fabulous. She was wearing gold. She won the Golden Globe. This was a little bit of a pivotal moment for her. For Demi, she's a little bit of a wild card. I'm not sure if I can predict what she's gonna wear. My only instinct would be maybe she would go back to Armani, because it brought her luck on the Golden Globe stage, so it might be a little bit of a talisman for her, but let's see. For the Wicked premiere in LA, Cynthia Erivo wore custom Louis Vuitton in pattern green leather. This was the beginning of the crazy green moment for Cynthia. It was fantastic. I love what her and her stylist Jason Bolden have done throughout this whole Wicked tour, and the nails, the jewelry, everything has just been incredible. She's such a character, she's such a fashion lover, and I think that's what, for people like me in the fashion industry, I think that's what comes across, that, you know, she appreciates every single tiny detail. And then in Mexico, she wore this incredible Thom Browne custom look, which had these almost like sort of claws on the shoulder, which they evoked memories of Margaret Hamilton, the original actress who played the Wicked Witch of the West in the 1939 film. There were those shadows of the posters of these claws of the witch. And for the Golden Globe, she wore a custom Louis Vuitton dress, which was like a sort of black and silver overlay lace look with a peplum. This was quite divisive. Some people didn't like it. I personally loved it. I thought this was beautiful. And again, she can carry it off. Some people, it tends to wear them, but Cynthia, no, she can carry anything off. And I thought this was stunning. I thought it was fantastic. For the Oscars, I would imagine, because Cynthia is a Louis Vuitton ambassador, I would imagine she's going to do something spectacular in Louis Vuitton. And of course, they have to also do the Vanity Fair party. They have to do, the after party. So I would expect we're going to see 2 or 3 amazing Louis Vuitton looks. So Ariana Grande, with her stylist Mimi Cottrell, has just she's totally been channeling her Dorothy character, her Glinda character. It's all of the good people in The Wizard of Oz all kind of rolled into one. And her outfit at the Wicked premiere in LA by Tom Brown was Dorothy's little gingham dress. It was Glinda in The Wizard of Oz in her pink float. It was everything kind of pulled together, and it was just goodness itself. And in Europe, it was really nice to see a little change from the pink and see her wear lemon. This was a Ralph Lauren design, and she had the very cute little glasses as well, and another ode to Glinda. But Ariana is very ethereal, and she has that kind of mystical way about her, which just works with all these light fabrics, with all these kind of tools and all the chiffons, and she's very light and airy in herself. And in Palm Springs, a little bit of a departure. Ariana went for something a little bit more structured in Louis Vuitton, like a silver kind of bubble, but again, it's Glinda's bubble. It's the thing that she kind of floats away in. For the Oscars, I feel like she's going a little bit sculptural. I feel like she's looking towards all these kind of shapes and corsets. So I wouldn't be surprised if she returns to Schiaparelli. We shot her in the most extraordinary Schiaparelli dress for our cover of Hollywood Reporter. So I'd be excited if she wore something by Schiaparelli for the Oscars, so I'm crossing fingers. It's been a great season on the red carpet. The acting nominees this season are some of the most stylish ladies in the acting business, so it's been a wonderful red carpet season. I expect nothing less at the Oscars.